I'm good anytime. All right, soccer fans, welcome into tonight's League One Ontario feature broadcast match of the week. It's going to be a dandy tonight as we bring you the Women's Premier Division with the NDC Ontario squad taking on Unionville Milliken SC. League One Ontario is the province's Pro-Am standards-based soccer league and is sanctioned by FIFA through the Domestic Authority of Canada Soccer and Ontario Soccer. Founded in 2014, League One enters its 8th season of play in 2022 with 20 teams in its Women's Premier Division and 22 teams in the Men's Premier Division. All right, so let's get you set for the opening kickoff here between NDC Ontario and Unionville Milliken SC. NDC Ontario come into tonight's match right now sitting in second in the Women's Premier Division with, at the conclusion of tonight's match, 4 games remaining on the schedule. So they're right in the thick of a battle atop the table right now. FC London with a 1-point edge, but NDC right in the thick of it with Woodbridge, Vaughan chasing right behind them. And then just slightly further out of the picture is Simcoe occupying the 5th spot. Unionville Milliken currently sit 13th in the table. They're in a little bit of a logjam, probably outside of the playoff picture when it's all said and told. Maybe if they had a little more time remaining in the season, but with just 3 games remaining after this one here tonight, it may just be a case of not enough runway. Nope, that's bad. That's feedback. Not enough runway left in the season. All right, so NDC will be wearing the red kits, fully red, and they'll be starting off to our broadcast left. Unionville Milliken in the white and gray striped jersey, black shorts, black socks. NDC will be playing a 4-1-2-1-2 formation to start this match. And at least in the starting 11... And now that I start to mention this, I better check the game sheet. Their top scorer, Malouf, not available tonight, so a bit of a challenge here for NDC, but they're arguably the favored team going into this one. Unionville will counter with a 4-1-4-1. Starting keepers in tonight's match for NDC, it's Sophia Cortez-Brown, number 33 on her back. And for Unionville Milliken SC, number 1, Isabella Segreto Barbieri. So this should be a phenomenal match as Unionville gets set to kick us off. And tonight's League One Ontario broadcast is made possible by the support of our great partners, including Gatorade, Rehydrate, Replenish, and Refuel, and Reenergize as we get set for opening kickoff. Here we go, and we're underway. Unionville Milliken kicking us off. It was Cinda playing it back, and they'll work it to the back four as Nurse touches it wide here. Played to the short side, and Elcon takes possession. She starts to work the line. Nice job by Olivia Allen. She plays a through ball for Gordon to run onto. Immediately closed down, and now NDC will play it back to the keeper, Cortez Brown. Quick touch out through the middle. Hanish lays that off for Carabin. She'll pull it back into the middle. Marcassini takes it. Quick touch back to Allison Carabin as she looks to move the ball across half. Well delivered, and NDC trying to pick out Amanda Allen on that run, but it's broken up, and here goes Gordon. Immediately stripped away by Murray Powell. She looks to turn and burn, takes on the first defender in Suresh Kumar. She has to turn back, and now it's controlled by Zoe Marcini. Tang plays it back to Marcassini. She delivers a right-footed ball towards the penalty area, knocked down, controlled by Briggs, but she can't get a clean attempt away. And now Unionville Mill can play it out, where Zoe Marcassini takes control. Allison Carabin touching it over to Watson. Working it over was Briggs. Nice job there by Watson as she takes it in, tries to lay it off for Briggs, takes on the first defender in Kundal. Briggs still in possession, but stood up that time by Suresh Kumar, and quickly NDC retained possession. Held by Hannah. She tries to lay into the middle, picked up by Rose. There's a shot attempt, and that one just goes over top the bar. Nice confident strike there by Nia Rose, and she didn't miss by much. Segreto Barbieri quickly plays it out. Suresh Kumar receives the pass. She has to go back to the keeper as ISB plays it out with her right foot, and now NDC take control. Marcassini. And actually, we're going to have a foul behind the play, so a free kick coming here for Unionville Milliken. They play a quick and short out to the far flank. Robinson connects that ball over to Dev. Jazz Dev lays it off. There's a quick one-time cross attempt towards the top of the 18, but easily secured by the keeper, Cortez Brown. She rolls it out. Nice job there by 10 to play it forward, and it's controlled by Allen. The speedy forward, pulling the ball from her own half, now takes it ahead and lays it off to Hanish. Hanish cuts back into the middle, switches to the near flank as Tanya runs onto it. Quick short pass, but in an offside position is Raymondo, and possession will be turned over. So a good start and pace from NDC Ontario as they pressure here. Unionville starting to work it out as that pass will be picked off by Tanya. She steps up into it as Allen, that's Olivia Allen for Unionville Milliken, laying it over to Dev. Quick touch out to the far side, but that's picked off by Watson. Nice anticipation as she steps into it. You'll have to excuse me a little bit of an echo in my headset, and maybe that's why a bit of a stumble here and there. There's a good through ball, but a little too heavy weight as Allen unable to quickly catch it, and it's out for the goal kick. So Unionville Milliken will restart the play from inside their own 6 as Isabella Segreto Barbieri waves the troops forward, and we'll try to clear some pressure here. 5th minute of action as the Unionville keeper plays it out. They try hold possession. Dev secures it and plays it back to Suresh Kumar. Steps over, touches that one out wide. Robinson in control, lays forward. Unionville with some promising build-up, but just as quickly NDC strip possession away. A foul from the turf and possession to the home team red. Marcassini, right-footed ball to the far flank. The overlap presented, but Briggs couldn't get the ball to her. And now a bit of a lunge attempt there from Kundal, and she can't handle it, and NDC quickly come back with possession. There's a right-footed ball into the area, but scooped up by Segredo Barbieri. And that puts an end to any thoughts of a strike there for the home squad. Beautiful night tonight in Vaughan. Not much wind, a pretty calm in turn of the elements, and I don't think you could ask for much better conditions. Tanya playing it back to Marcassini. Into the middle, Murray Powell. Check that, that's Hannish. She plays the ball out wide with Watson running onto it. She takes control into the attacking third, past the first defender, flicked on and in the back of the net. That's how it's done. Amanda Allen on the reception with the volley. They were pressing, they get rewarded, and NDC Ontario take a 1-0 lead in the 7th minute of action. So Amanda Allen gets the goal. The cross coming in from Renee Watson. A bit of a miss there on the first attempt, where I think it was Rose in the vicinity. But Allen at the far post finishing it off, and number 7 in the 7th minute makes it 1-0 for Amanda Allen and NDC Ontario. Unionville Milliken from the throw, taking possession ahead as they try to work it off. Nice job that time by Cinda. She crosses one in, but easily secured there by the keeper, Cortez Brown. Played out through the middle where I believe that's Rose on it. She makes the play. Now it's controlled by Carabin. Working back to try move forward. Marcassini, she's got space in front of her, makes the pass ahead as Allen, the goal scorer, checking onto the ball. Marcassini into the middle now. Hannish takes control. Right-footed pass out wide. Watson, she's a little flat-footed, and now Unionville try to counter. That pass picked off. Good defensive work as Carabin steps and takes control. Marcassini dropping it for Murray Powell. Looks to switch it over to the far flank, intended for Watson, but once again, Robinson there for Unionville for that interception, and that time she'll just knock it out for the throw. So Watson gets set to take the throw in here, deep in the attacking third, and a chance for NDC Ontario to potentially double their lead. Briggs trying to work her way tight to the goal line, checks some space, crosses into the area over the first defender. Tanya running onto it, but unable to take control that time against Gordon as she plays it back, and Unionville will just clear the pressure out to the half, where Marcassini takes it for NDC Ontario. Nice job by Marcassini to calmly control, and now she gives to Carabin. Touching over to Hannish, who in turn plays it off to Murray Powell. Quick ball into the middle. Raimondo running onto it, now controlled by Allen. Steps around the first defender, but opts to pull it back for Murray Powell. Over to Hannish. She's got an attempt there with the right foot from distance, but on a one bounce shot, an easy save there for Segreto Barbieri. So NDC once again pressuring, and the team sitting second in the Women's Premier Division of the League One Ontario standings, looking to double their lead after a opening strike in the 7th minute. Murray Powell turns, takes the space in front of her. She's got an option wide, but plays ahead for Allen. Amanda Allen turns, gets her own feet caught up in her move, and actually she gets bailed out there by the official, and she'll earn her team a free kick. So a chance now for NDC to set something from a set piece, but they opt to play it quick and play it short, as Murray Powell lays that one off to Marcassini. She plays it tight to the line. Tanya running onto it, but she won't be able to get it there on the first attempt. Still battling there, as defensively Noella Grant nearly turned over. Raymondo diving after it, and that's out for a goal kick. But really strong pressure being provided by NDC Ontario, as they've got the hunger right now, and they're looking to pounce. Goal kick played short and wide, as Kundo plays it forward. Controlled now by Dev. She turns it over to Robinson, trying to work the far flank, but it's controlled by NDC Ontario, as clipped down and earning a free kick. I believe that was Hanish there. Check that. It was actually Kayla Briggs, as they play it quick and back. Carabin. Marcassini. She's got lots of space in front of her, and she starts to take it bit by bit. Marcassini, good ball forward, flicked on. Allen receiving it into the penalty area. There's a shot right on, off the bar. Good parry save by Segreto Barbieri, as Amanda Allen nearly had a brace. Could have been 2 goals in the opening 12 minutes, if not for that tremendous save by Isabella Segreto Barbieri. Grant tossing in, flicked on. Running onto it and getting a touch was Olivia Allen, but it'll end up traveling to the keeper, Cortez Brown, and she'll control possession here, as it's touched out for Murray Powell. Into the middle, as it's turned over, and NDC quickly get it back. Murray Powell over to Marcassini, stepping over the ball, and now she switches it over to Carabin. Carabin returning it to the other center back, as Marcassini touches into the middle for Murray Powell. Here's an opportunity as they pick out Allen. She touches one time over to Tanya. She's got room to make a play, but instead gives it over to Murray Powell, who will now look for a play. A cross in, flicked on with the slightest of touches by Briggs, but easily secured by the keeper, Segreto Barbieri. As the Unionville Milliken keeper will bowl it short, and Suresh Kumar nearly had her pass picked off. Allen pouncing for possession, but she can't come up with it. And Unionville clear it for the time being. Pressure on the back of Olivia Allen. She spins away from that and does a good job to feed it over for Grant, who in turn is able to make the play ahead for Cinda. Grant with the overlap, but immediately closed down, and possession controlled by NDC Ontario. Nice job there, as they were looking for a throw-in call, but nothing came, and play should just continue on here, and now they do continue on with Noella Grant crossing it right in, but easily secured by the keeper, Cortez Brown. So a moment of mental confusion there from both squads, and eventually, almost like a glitch in FIFA, it ends up working itself out, and now Unionville pressing here at the far side of the 18. That cross parried away, actually volleyed away, and now NDC able to take control here by way of Rose. She's immediately bodied and possession wrestled away by Dev. Rose gets it back. A little bit of contact on her back. She looked for a call, but nothing doing. And now possession back to the keeper, Cortez Brown. Murray Powell. Closed down, but she's able to make the pass over to Allison Carabin. Carabin, good ball forward, but just offside there on the far flank was Watson, so that puts an end to the chance for NDC Ontario. Our great partners tonight include Gatorade, Derby Star, Macron, Vibrant Performance, As that ball cleared away by Haley Nurse, and you may notice she's wearing number 119. It is sewn on. It is a 3-number jersey. You do rarely see that. But how about that? Interesting fact for tonight, as Cortez Brown takes it for NDC Ontario. Other great partners include Sports Engine, the Canadian Premier League, Ontario Soccer, and of course, Canada Soccer. As Tatiana 10 plays that ball ahead. Possession wrestled for as Raimondo comes up with it. Nice job there by Alana Raimondo, as now it's controlled by Murray Powell. She turns on the speed and now tries for some misdirection. Instead, she'll play it back, and calm possession here by NDC Ontario, and now they've got a chance to move forward along the far side as it's controlled by Carabin. She plays it ahead. Hanish, check that. That's Briggs who came back to receive it. Now it's controlled as Murray Powell stepping forward. She plays the ball ahead, and Allen able to pick it out of midair. She gets service back just at the top of the 18, but can't control for a shot. And now it's closed down by Dominique Robinson. Nice slide tackle there by Murray Powell to get possession back for NDC. Ball controlled here by Hanish. She's got some space. She opts to play it out wide for Watson. She had that cross in on the initial goal, but that time her pass off the mark, possession turned over, and it's controlled by Allen for Unionville Milliken. She gets wrestled down to turf, and that'll be a free kick. And a chance for Unionville to try to get something going here. Nurse playing the ball forward, but it's immediately knocked down. That time it was Hanish who got the block, and then her subsequent pass intended for Briggs picked off by Nurse. Nurse pulling it back, immediately pressured, but she's able to get the ball over to Robinson. Working the far touchline, she puts a left-footed cross towards the middle, but it's knocked down, and now Watson comes away with it. Watson looking to start the counterattack for NDC. She plays that one over to Raimondo. She's closed down, but gets a ball intended for Allen, but defended perfectly by Grant. As she steps into that, and now Kahn in control of it for Unionville. Trying to keep it in along the touchline. Nice job by Noella Grant. She plays it into the middle as Olivia Allen touches it back to Suresh Kumar. Her ball forward for Dev as they start to turn it out wide. Kundal, her ball, forcing it forward, and it's turned over as Carabin lays it off to Marcassini. Marcassini looking up the far flank as Watson making that run. She'll pull the ball down and start to get it going. Briggs running onto it. She's got room to work into the attacking third along the far flank. Briggs crossing it low. Dummied on right in front, and that's a goal. What a beauty! Alana Raimondo finishing it off. A little bit of trickery and a little bit of finesse on the finish. And it's 2-0 for NDC Ontario in the 18th minute.
NDC Ontario goal scored in the 18th minute by number 10, Alana Raimondo.
Well, NDC Ontario have been pressing, and they continue to garner results with the pressure. Both goals coming from the far flank on crosses. The first one through the air, the second one along the turf. And Watson supplying crosses in both instances. And now Watson comes away with it once again. She's having herself quite the first half. Ball played ahead, flicked on by Rose, but she can't quite catch up to it as Nurse was tracked way back. And now Unionville trying to work a quick counter up the far flank. Running onto it there is Cinda. Crosses it in, headed away by Carabin. And on the second effort, it's volleyed out through the half where it'll be picked up by Raimondo. She has the last goal. Now she plays it up to the woman who got the first goal, Amanda Allen. Allen taking the defender straight on, burns her out wide. Allen, right-footed shot. Great save there by Segreto Barbieri. The rebound pops right back out to Allen. She looks to create another threatening chance. A quick little 1-2, but that time defended and broken up by Grant. And now NDC will calmly take possession with Murray Powell. She lays it off to Hanish, looking to tee one up potentially. She opts to lay it off out wide as Watson controlling it now. Watson looking to burn into the corner. Good cross over to the far post. Oh, off the post and in! What a touch! Renee Watson! Are you kidding me? A couple of assists and a goal. What a first half from Renee Watson as she makes it 3-0 in the 20th minute. It was a cross towards the far post, and it just floated over the hands of Isabella Segreto Barbieri. And no need for Allen to get on the reception of that because it went off the post and in. And everything going the way of Renee Watson tonight. 3-0 here in the 20th minute. Well, all the goals so far tonight for NDC Ontario of real class. The second one in particular, tremendous. The first one, nice as well, but that last one by Watson may have been the best. Unionville playing it in. Cinda, she volleys that one right on, and the best save of the night so far for Cortez Brown as she had to be sharp with that volley attempt from close range. Caitlin Cinda there for that chance for Unionville Milliken, and that's what you like to see if you're a supporter of this visiting squad. Even though they're down 3-0, trying to find a way to respond, and they nearly strike on that chance. Controlled now by Carabin. Touched into the middle. Hanish. Controlled here by Allen. She's got room to carry it forward. Amanda Allen laying it into the box for Rose. She opts to leave it. Tanya crosses in. There's a volley right on, but not much on the actual shot attempt, and an easy save for Segreto Barbieri, as it was Raimondo on the receiving end of that cross. Controlled here by Hundel. She plays it forward. Robinson tries to touch back, but it's intercepted by Rose, and now switched to the near touchline. Tanya back to Marcassini. Hanish. Raimondo touches it out wide. Good ball, but it was headed on by the defender Grant and safely out for the throw. Well, a reminder for all the latest information, scores, news, results, standings, everything related to League One Ontario, head over to league1ontario.com. And of course, you can also find League One Ontario on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Nice battle here by Unionville Milliken, as coming up with the ball was Dominique Robinson, but her pass then picked off, and now it's controlled by Renee Watson. Intercepted that time by Celeste Gordon, as Gordon trying to touch it back for Kahn, but it's broken up. Marcassini, quick touch ahead for Raimondo. She gets closed down. Laying it off for the easy play as now they work it back to Marcassini. Controlled by Murray Powell. She quickly opts to go back to Zoe Marcassini, who in turn plays it to Nia Rose. Rose playing a ball for Raimondo to run onto, but too much weight, and that's out for a goal kick. Well, coming into tonight's match, NDC Ontario with a plus 37 goal differential. That's tops in the League One Ontario Women's Premier Division. And they've already struck 3 more times, and maybe more as that ball into the 6, but it'll easily be tracked by the keeper, Segreto Barbieri, as Briggs tried to run onto it. On the flip side, Unionville Milliken with a minus 24 goal differential. NDC Ontario have now scored 51 goals on the season. They came into tonight with 48 goals for, and with the 3, they're up to 51. So a very impressive campaign with, again, after tonight, 4 games remaining for this squad in their first year in the League One Ontario Women's Premier Division. As it's controlled here by Murray Powell. She's getting a little bit of time on the back line now. As it's touched over to Carabin. Room to run with it. Carabin playing it ahead. Watson trying to throw over to it, but nothing doing. And quickly NDC Ontario get possession back. Marcassini. She steps up, and now it's controlled by Watson on the overlap. Intercepted by Gordon, and now controlled by Allen for Unionville Milliken. Nearly wrestled away from her, but she shields it nicely against Marcassini. Works it to the touchline and earns her team a throw-in. So a nice job that time by Olivia Allen through the midfield to ensure Unionville keep possession. Long throw-in, headed up in the air by Watson. Brought down by Marcassini and now played back to Murray Powell. Carabin. Options presenting on both flanks. They work it to the near touchline as Murray Powell tracks to it. Carabin. Rose starts to make the run out wide. She's completely unmarked, and you can see why NDC Ontario continue to work that left wing flank. This time they pull back into the middle as Murray Powell tries to work the right flank. This time intercepted, though, by Noella Grant. She's immediately closed down by Raimondo. Nice touch by Robinson to hold possession. And it's off of Briggs and out for a Unionville throw-in. 27th minute of action as you're tuned into the League One Ontario Game of the Week broadcast. As we're coming to you live from the Ontario Soccer Centre Stadium in Vaughan, Ontario. A beautiful sunset now as a sunny day turns to a dark evening, and Unionville Milliken trying to get something promising. There's a ball in off the bar, and somehow that one stays out. I believe it went off the foot of Celeste Gordon with the chance. AR2 in position, holding the goal line, not sprinting back, so no signal for a goal, but man, that's about as close as you can get with that ball not crossing the line, as Cortez Brown was cleanly beat there, but the ball just evades crossing over. Carabin tries to control. It ricochets and is picked up by Kundal. She crosses into the middle. Kahn flipping on as Raimondo tries to track it down. Robinson gets to it, and now she lays that one back. Grant clipped, but she's able to hold possession, flipping it off, and now quick. It's actually turned over as Rose takes it for NDC Ontario. Rose playing it back to the keeper. As Cortez Brown touching it over to Carabin. Hanish. Her long ball picked off, and now it's controlled by Dev. Dev working her way up the pitch, but immediately has it stripped away by Raimondo. And now Murray Powell takes possession for NDC Ontario. Dribbling the ball forward. Rose gives her the return on the 1-2. Murray Powell opts to lay it back to Rose. As controlled possession here by NDC Ontario. They're just inching their way forward, taking the space given to them. However, that time the pass by Hanish intercepted, and Cinda trying to get the reception on that long ball played ahead by Gordon, but she couldn't quite track it down, and NDC Ontario once again calmly control it through the back line. Marcassini laying it off to Murray Powell, taking the space in front of her as she touches over to Rose. Rose stepping over, pulls it back, and gives it to Murray Powell. Bit of a heavy first touch, but she's able to track it back. Nice job. Tried to pick out Tanya on the run, but Murray Powell able to retain possession. Rose, Marcassini, controlled by Carabin. Left-footed ball received by Raimondo. She looks for a shooting lane, opts to play it in, and it'll just be cleared away by Robinson, hammered free from danger. Hanish goes back to the keeper, Cortez Brown. Now she comes well out of her penalty area to play that ball. Watson. Touching back for Marcassini. Quickly forward and controlled by Rose. Right-footed ball towards the top of the 18. Headed down by Carabin, and that'll roll towards the post, but without any danger of actually targeting the goal. It's controlled by Segredo Barbieri. So the Unionville Milliken keeper tries to inspire the troops and push them forward. As her drop kick out to the half, it's headed on by Hanish. And now back to the keeper, Cortez Brown. Her left-footed ball controlled by Murray Powell. She turns. She's got lots of space to take this one forward. Hesitates with her decision and now steps over to, once again, track forward. The ball picked off. Dev. Over to Robinson. Check that. That's actually Cinda who got back there, and her possession picked away. As Allen crosses it in, no one there to get a touch, as Kayla Briggs was in the vicinity on that low cross attempt from Amanda Allen. Possession turned over. NDC Ontario approaching inside the penalty area. Right-footed strike, that one over the bar, as Briggs couldn't quite get on top of it. And that one goes high and wide. Goal kick played short, played quick as Suresh Kumar takes possession. She'll touch out wide. Kundo tries to go forward, but she gets clipped after delivering the ball, and it'll be a free kick for Unionville Milliken. So they'll get a free kick inside their defensive third. And they'll opt to play it short for Haley Nurse. Nurse delivering a ball over to Grant as she takes the space in front of her. Grant has had a strong night here for Unionville Milliken, but that time the ball headed away by Marcassini, and it'll be a Unionville throw-in. Grant quickly tossing in. No one able to get a foot to it for the team in white, and now here go NDC Ontario, led by Bianca Hanish. She opts to go back to Carabin. Carabin thought about going forward, but instead delivered it to the keeper, Cortez Brown. Marcassini, Hanish, Carabin. Carabin with space, gives it over to Rose. Running onto it is Briggs, but she's challenged. Nice job there by the Unionville player stepping up. I believe that was Gordon, as she tries to play the ball forward, but Marcassini back defensively and never did find the reception for, I believe it's Allen, who's now been shifted up into that striker position. Raymondo into the middle. Rose stepping over, looking to play it to the near touch line as Tanya takes possession. Working one-on-one there against Cinda. Her cross off a Unionville player, and Grant unable to hold that in, so it's out for a corner kick. Approaching the 34th minute of action, and NDC Ontario on a beautiful night here from the Ontario Soccer Stadium, leading 3-0 in the Women's Premier Division as they'll play the corner short. Hanish receiving the ball, left-footed cross to the top corner of the far side of the 18, but Marcassini unable to volley it down, and now the pressure cleared out to the half, where it's picked up by Murray Powell. Carabin looking up the pitch, looking to deliver a long ball. It's intercepted. And now Marcassini with a confident touch ahead for Watson. She's tracked over to the near touchline now. Raymondo has Watson. She's got to be towing the line, and she does well to stay onside as Watson, left-footed cross into the area, diving after it was Briggs, and then the subsequent volley attempt was so sharp of an angle that it actually crossed the face of the goal and stayed in play. As I believe it was Tanya who switched over to the far flank now. It was her getting a touch on it there at the end. So nice job there by Tanya to sneak her way onto that chance. As Murray Powell laying it off for Watson. That's the switch there, as Watson and Tanya have switched flanks. Played into the middle by Hanish. Rose stepping around the first challenge, laying it off. Murray Powell looking for the target, but her lane closed down, and now she lays off for Watson, who tees up a left-footed cross into the area. Coming off her line and collecting it is the keeper, Segreto Barbieri, and confident keeping there that time from the Unionville Milliken goalkeeper. Segreto Barbieri will bowl that one out, and Kundal under pressure has to be careful here. Spins away from the challenge presented by Briggs and does well to deliver the ball across the half, where Olivia Allen wins a throw-in for Unionville. Allen tosses in, Dev taking control. Immediately stripped away, and now NDC will look for a counterattack. Played into the middle, Rose laying it off, Raimondo. She's got an option in Watson, uses her along the near touchline. Watson, back to Marcassini. Caravan, controlled by Hanish. Murray Powell looking for a run across the grain, but it's intercepted. The ball bounces back to Hanish. Raimondo spins off the challenge. Room to tee up a strike. Shot right on low and saved by Isabella Segreto Barbieri. As Raimondo, who's already got one in this match, was looking for a second tally. Robinson playing a good ball ahead as Olivia Allen tried to get around the defender Marcassini, but she is a anchor on that back line for NDC Ontario, and she made good work of that challenge. Throw in just inside the half for Unionville Milliken as it's controlled by Khan. She plays the ball forward, but out of the range of Allen, and it'll be controlled by Carabin. Watson taking the space in front of her. Watson plays it for Allen. Amanda Allen, who opened up the scoring back in the 7th minute, works it across half only to pull it back as Hanish now delivers it over to Watson. Murray Powell. Hanish giving it over to Marcassini. She takes the space, now lays it over to Tanya. Back to Marcassini, inching forward just like they've done throughout this match, and now it's controlled by Raimondo. Check that, it was Briggs inside the penalty area, but it was knocked away by the defensive effort and out for a corner. So Tanya gets set to take the corner. A short option presents, but this time it's covered, so she'll actually set up for an in-swinger from the outside. Playing the cross in, headed by a defender, straight in the air. Marcassini tries the volley, but that one wide of target and out for a goal kick. So approaching the final stages of the first half, and Unionville Milliken playing it short from the goal kick. As unable to hold possession along the line that time was Grant, and now NDC tried to take advantage of that miscue as Allen laying it off for Watson. Murray Powell delivers it into the middle for Rose. She's closed down and possession turned over as Khan gets it out, but only as far as Hanish. Controlled now by Murray Powell over to Allen. Amanda Allen crossing that one over to the far post, but confident hands there by Segreto Barbieri, and she picks off that cross. Nurse delivers the ball over to Cinda. She's closed down by Raimondo, and possession nearly turned over. Nurse gets it once again. Touches over to Grant. She's got to control it tight to the line and does well to hold it in. Now Allen stepping up, and she forces Nurse just to knock it out of play. Possession turned over. So Renee Watson will get set to take the throw in here as she plays it short for Allen. Amanda Allen drops it back for Murray Powell. Into the middle for Hanish. Drawing it back for Murray Powell. They thought about switching it up. Nothing showing initially. They'll try it one more time as Briggs, controlling the pass from Hanish, opts to go back to Carabin. Into the middle now for Murray Powell. Controlling it and laying it off for Rose. Nice job to pick out Watson out wide. Watson taking the defender on, gets around the first challenge. Second attempt, nice effort on the support tackle there by Khan as she was able to take possession away from Watson. But NDC quickly retain it as once again they start to march forward. Here goes Marcassini, laying it off for Rose. Check that, it was Carabin. Now it's with Marcassini. She tries the shot from range and easily secured by the keeper, Segreto Barbieri. Suresh Kumar under pressure. And Nurse playing it straight high up to the far edge of the box. And on a bit of a gaff, Unionville forced to play it out for the throw. So we'll see what NDC can do from this opportunity. As Rose, receiving it from the throw, tries to work that far touchline, laying it in. There's a shot from Briggs, and that one wide of the near post, out for the goal kick. So 41st minute of action, and we approach the halftime break with NDC Ontario working left to right across your screen, leading 3-0 over Unionville Milliken. As Raymondo tries to pull possession back, but nice job there by Grant. Flicked on, and now Cinda's got room to run with it here for Unionville. Cinda trying to cut her way back into the middle. Possession nearly turned over, but Olivia Allen comes up with it, and then Watson strips it away. Cinda still down on the turf right now, as the match official has spotted her, but play continues on, and now it'll be played out right to our location. And good sportsmanship shown that time by Amanda Allen, as Caitlin Cinda pulling up with the injury. Hopefully nothing serious there, as we've got just a few minutes remaining till the halftime break. Cinda saying she's good to continue, just trying to stretch out whatever knock she may have encountered here. And Cinda able to get back up to her own feet unaided, so that's a good sign there for Unionville. As Caitlin Cinda will continue on in the action here. Cinda starting the match for Unionville as the lone striker up front in that 4-1-4-1 formation, but she's since kind of dropped back into a more attacking midfield role, predominantly playing the left flank, as Olivia Allen taking that striker role up front. So we'll restart the action with a throw-in for Unionville Milliken, as it was played out with the fair play move by Allen. And with good sportsmanship, it's played back, and possession goes to NDC Ontario. Marcassini, Carabin, looking to move the ball forward. Touched out wide to Watson, who has switched back over to that far side left flank. Now she plays it ahead. Rose trying to touch on, but it's broken up, and Unionville Milliken unable to hold possession as Rose able to quickly get it back. Murray Powell shifting into the middle, and now she takes the ball forward. Opting not to press, she lays it back for Marcassini, who then picks out Hanish. Carabin, Marcassini. Again, just methodical possession here from NDC Ontario, and it's worked out to their benefit, as once again Rose coming up with the ball along that far sideline. This time her cross attempt knocked out, and it'll be a corner kick. So we'll see what NDC Ontario can do here with the corner kick, as we are now into the 45th minute of action. And Tanya gets set to take the corner. Last time we saw her set up for the in-swinger from the far side of the corner. She's doing it once again, as she delivers a quality cross into the box. bantied around. Second volley attempt, and that one just going wide as Nia Rose had 2 cracks at it. The first one blocked, the second one just wide. So NDC Ontario controlling the pace of play here in this one, leading 3-0. But here go Unionville Milliken, and hey, they've had a couple of good chances here in the first half as well. Top of mind, the volley attempt that Cinda had from maybe about 6 yards out that Cortez Brown had to make a great save on, and then the long ball from Olivia Allen that went off the crossbar and somehow stayed out. As we'll have a minimum of 1 minute of added time played here in the first half. So NDC Ontario look to take this into the break. And a reminder that tonight's League One Ontario broadcast is made possible by the support of our great partners, including Gatorade, Rehydrate, Replenish, Refuel during halftime, which is coming up in a few moments. But before the break, here goes Amanda Allen for NDC Ontario. Allen dribbling the ball towards the 18. Her pass picked off, but it's quickly ricocheted back to Raymondo as she steps over and looks for an option. Allen picking it up. Allen tries to dribble around the defender and nearly had her way past Robinson, but just couldn't quite find the space. Marcassini. Allen opening up for a good run. She's got room to take this. Makes the cross. It's off the defender Robinson and out for a corner kick. So another set piece opportunity for NDC Ontario, and they may look for a short corner here, as indeed they do play it short to Watson. Left-footed cross right on target, parried away by the keeper. Second attempt, big save. Wow, great keeping there by Segreto Barbieri, and that'll do it for the first half. So a spirited effort from both squads, and at the halftime break, NDC Ontario leading 3-0 over Unionville Milliken. Folks, stay tuned. Second half action coming up next.
I live?
All right, soccer fans, let's get you set for the second half kickoff here as you're tuned in to tonight's League One Ontario Match of the Week broadcast. And tonight's broadcast is made possible by the support of our great partners, including Gatorade, Rehydrate, Replenish, Refuel, Derby Star, the official ball of the CPL, and the preferred match ball for League One Ontario. Macron, work hard, play harder. Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted automotive high-performance brand. Sports Engine, the CPL, Ontario Soccer, and Canada Soccer. Well, it looks like we're going to get a couple of substitutions here for Unionville Milliken, as it appears Namaya Prentice-White and Gabriela Pedzic will come into this match. Robinson will come out, and as will Cinda, who picked up the injury at the end of the first half. So hopefully nothing serious there for Caitlin Cinda. But Prentice White and Pedzic will get set to make their debuts here as we'll get set to kick off the second half action with NDC Ontario leading 3-0, and they'll be kicking off with Nia Rose standing over top the ball. League One Ontario is the province's Pro-Am standards-based soccer league and is sanctioned by FIFA through the Domestic Authority of Canada Soccer and Ontario Soccer. Founded in 2014, League One enters its 8th season of play in 2022 with 20 teams in its women's premier division and 22 teams in the men's premier division. For more info, head over to league1ontario.com. NDC Ontario looking to pick up where they left off as they quickly advance the ball into the attacking side of half, but Murray Powell will have to pull it back, and now Marcassini looks to work forward. Zoe Marcassini laying it off there for Murray Powell, taking the space in front of her, looking to switch out wide. She makes the touch over to Raimondo as she'll step over and now cut her way back into the middle. Murray Powell flicks on. Hanish steps up to take it, touching it over to Watson. Watson trying to cut back in. She's got room to do something. Instead, pulls back for Hanish, who in turn lays over to Murray Powell. Marcassini stepping over top the ball, trying to evade the defensive challenge. She lays that one off. Hanish over to Watson. Watson fans on the pass attempt, and now a chance for Unionville Milliken to try turn it up the field, but Gordon gets caught from behind by Watson. And now Watson playing it into the box, where Amanda Allen tries to run onto it, but it tracks out for the goal kick. Played quickly from the goal kick as it's picked up by Kundal. Her pass flicked on, but possession turned over as Watson plays it over to Murray Powell. Controlled now by Bianca Hanish. She touches that one over to Raimondo. Alana Raimondo thought about a shot attempt, opts to lay it off to Briggs, who in turn touches out wide to Tanya. Taking on the defender, tight to the goal line, crosses in, but that's blocked by the defensive effort from Grant, and it'll be picked up by NDC Ontario as they'll march their way inside the 18 once again. This time controlling it, Murray Powell opts to play it back. Briggs taking it back towards the corner. Slide tackle attempt. Briggs gets around that challenge. Briggs still in possession. Rose, left-footed strike right on, and that one parried away. Good save by Segredo Barbieri as Nia Rose left all alone at the top of the 18 for that chance. So a corner kick to come here for NDC Ontario as one short option presenting in Hanish, but she is covered. So Tanya gets set to take the in-swinger. Delivers the ball to the near post. The challenge right on the back of the keeper, and it'll go off the hands of Segredo Barbieri out for another corner. Watson, the player in red, trying to make the offensive play. As Tanya once again setting up for an in-swinger. Delivers the cross in. Tight to the goal line. Scramble for it. Segredo Barbieri dove down to her right, and it's knocked out for a third straight corner kick. So we'll see once again if NDC Ontario get a quality ball in from the corner as Tatiana Tanya gets set to take this. Delivers the cross. Flicked on, cleared away initially, but good job by NDC to quickly get it back. However, Tanya in the offside position and possession turned over on the infraction. So Unionville Milliken will take possession here from the free kick. As Melanie Surish Kumar playing it out and headed away by Watson, and NDC will try to track back into the penalty area. The ball volleyed about as Allen trying to come away with it for the team in red, and they'll win themselves a throw-in. So with a win tonight, NDC Ontario would vault over FC London and, at least for the time being, take top spot in the League One Ontario Women's Premier Division. But lots of match time left in this one as we're in the 50th minute of play. And NDC Ontario leading 3-0 over Unionville Milliken. Hanish drawing to her right, looking to switch into the middle. Raimondo receiving the pass. Immediately closed down, possession turned over, and now this could be a counterattack opportunity as Olivia Allen gets twisted inside out and can't come away with possession, and NDC Ontario quickly back, marching towards the attacking third. That ball played ahead for Briggs, but after a tough first touch, it tracks out for a goal kick. Kyla Briggs having a nice match today, providing a lot of offensive support along the flanks. And now Briggs comes away with it. She puts it right on target, and that one off the top of the goal, out for a corner kick. As Unionville Milliken making it even harder on themselves with some of those miscues defensively on those restarts. And Kyla Briggs with that chance there for NDC Ontario as they get set to take the corner kick from the far side. Watson sets up for an in-swinger. Short option in Hanish, but she shows no interest. Watson delivers the cross. That one off the side netting and out for a goal kick. Well, we saw Watson curl one in the first half. It ended up being the third goal of the match. On what was intended as a cross, went off the post and in, so you have to wonder if she has that ability to score directly from the corner, as she may have been thinking that with that short cross to the near post that went off the side netting. NDC Ontario in possession as Hanish takes control through the midfield, lays it off for Carabin. Carabin touching over to Watson. Watson burns past the first defender, lays into the middle. Hanish touches on for Murray Powell, who in turn gets it to Marcassini. Zoe Marcassini, there's an attempt from range, and from probably 25 yards out, that didn't miss by much. Nice attempt there by the center back, Marcassini. Surish Kumar. Kundo, she's got to make a play here tight to the line. Nice job by Gordon to hold it in, but, well, she does well to hold possession there as well. I thought Watson was going to strip it away, but Unionville come away with it. Marcassini, her pass picked off as... Actually, Marcassini picked off the pass. There's a good ball in for Allen. Allen around the defender and touches that one in. Oh, beautiful. That was a world-class finish by Amanda Allen, running onto the ball, slotting it home. And it's a brace for Amanda Allen, making it 4-0 for NDC Ontario. She opened up the scoring in the 7th minute. She strikes again in the 53rd. And Amanda Allen has a brace here tonight.
Number 7, Amanda Allen.
NDC Ontario quickly getting possession back, and they want more. Raimondo back over to Hanish. Her through ball tipped away, and possession will go out. Throw in for Unionville Milliken. So Unionville Milliken will get set to take the throw with Kundal on the ball. She tosses in. Watson tracking back, plays it over to Carabin. Olivia Allen tries to wrestle it away for Unionville, but it's controlled here by Marcassini. Touches over to Murray Powell as she gets tied up with the defensive effort there, and coming away with it was Prentice White. Foul behind the play as Unionville wanted advantage. Allen never really had it, but the whistle called and possession to Unionville for the free kick. So Haley Nurse gets set to take the free kick as she plays it straight out, and possession over to NDC. Frustration from the Unionville bench as it's picked up here by Watson. Touching it back, Carabin, she's getting closed down quickly. Watson picks it up. Gordon tight to the line. That one was nearly out, just stayed in. As Watson under pressure, and nice job by Prentice White to strip it away. Into the middle, Dev. She had it stripped off her foot, and now it's controlled by Briggs. Touching it out wide, Raimondo running. She's got space in front of her. Raimondo playing it over as it's controlled by Tanya. Steps around the first challenge into the middle. Her pass initially picked off, but NDC Ontario able to retain possession. Watson working the near touchline. Her pass blocked, and Unionville able to play it up for Olivia Allen. Her pass behind the runner, and that allows Marcassini to take it. Marcassini makes the pass over to Briggs. Briggs trying to work around the defender. That attempt blocked as NDC Ontario gets set to make their first substitution of the night. And we get a foul call there, and a free kick coming to Unionville Milliken. So the Ava Greco getting set to come into the match. As Kundal gets set to take the free kick for Unionville Milliken. Touched in where Grant takes it. Tries to get it to Prentice White. That's out for a throw-in and possession to Unionville. So NDC Ontario will take this opportunity to make the sub, and Alana Raimondo comes out of the match. She scored the second goal of this match, and she'll leave in the 57th minute as Ava Greco takes her place. Kundal with the throw. It's over the head of Allen and controlled now by Watson for NDC Ontario. She lays it off to Murray Powell. Stepping over and looking to open up an option. Murray Powell decides to go back to Carabin. Carabin switching out as a loose ball will be picked up by Grant for Unionville, but then her pass immediately intercepted by Marcassini. She's had a very strong game anchoring that back line for NDC Ontario, and there's Marcassini in the fray of it once again. This time, though, Unionville come away with it as Dev has possession, runs into the referee, and possession turned over. And now Greco trying to make an impact. She gets hauled down. And now no signal yet from the match official. NDC trying to take a quick free kick. But things will slow down here, and it will be a free kick for the home team in red. Right now, Amanda Allen standing over top the ball alongside Ava Greco. Greco peels away from it. Pretty far out for an attempt on target. And Allen opts to play short. Murray Powell. She gets clipped, but that time nothing doing. And now here goes Olivia Allen for Unionville Milliken. 1 against 3. Allen trying to take it out wide, but she loses possession to the other Allen. That's Amanda Allen from NDC Ontario as the two Allens battle. And Unionville's Olivia Allen got it back, but only for a moment. As here goes NDC Ontario with Renee Watson. Excuse me, that was Bianca Hanisch. Rose, great pass over as Tanya running onto it, but a heavy first touch. And check that, it was actually Amanda Allen with the heavy first touch, turning possession back over. Greco collides with the Unionville player in Olivia Allen, but NDC Ontario come away with possession. Watson into the middle for Murray Powell. Hanisch. Watson looking for an option out front. Watson carries into the middle, lays off for Murray Powell. Murray Powell stepping into the space provided and now dishes off for Marcassini. Her cross towards the penalty area, knocked down by Kundal, and on the second effort she clears that one down the pitch. But well out of her penalty area is Cortez Brown to cut it off. Carabin. Hanisch presenting out wide. Carabin taking the space in front. A quick one as now it's over to Hanisch. Into the middle for Murray Powell. Closed down by Prentice White. Murray Powell steps around that challenge. Plays a ball towards the corner. Tanya trying to run onto it. Crosses it in, but it was across the goal line and out for a goal kick. As Unionville Milliken will get set to make a substitution shortly. That'll be their third of the match. As possession turned over, and now NDC Ontario trying to work that far corner. They pull it back, crossed in, cleared away. Nice job there by Grant to get a foot to it, and it's out for a NDC Ontario throw-in. Looking for options from the throw as they opt to go back to Marcassini. Touched into the middle for Hanisch. Controlled by Rose. Unionville trying to press that defensive line up. NDC Ontario playing it short, trying to break it down. Into the middle, Greco tried to spin off the challenge, but couldn't quite control possession, and now it's back with Murray Powell. She tries a shot from distance, and that one's saved by the diving Segredo Barbieri. Simone Christie will get set to come into the match for Unionville as Watson gets ahead to it for NDC Ontario. Nice second effort there by Pedsick, and now it's back to the NDC keeper, Cortez Brown. She plays it out. Murray Powell controlling the bouncing ball and now lays it off for Hanisch. Watson cuts into the middle. Her ball ahead. Greco trying to flick on for Briggs. That one intercepted initially. Nice job by Watson to step up. Can they keep it in? That one just stayed in play, and now out for an NDC throw, which they take quickly. Briggs trying to work this sideline all the way down to the goal line, and a good slide tackle effort there, as I believe it was Pedsic that stayed with her. Check though, it was actually Kundal who knocked it out for the corner. So now we'll get that substitution with Christie coming into the match, and it'll be Valentina Kahn coming out.
Substitution in the 63rd minute. Entering the match, number 18, Simone Christie. Exiting the match, number 8, Valentina Kahn.
So a corner kick opportunity here for NDC Ontario. Thoughts about playing it short, but That option shoot away, and there's the cross in, headed on by the defensive effort of Dev. Flicked on that offensive header and over top the goal, out for a goal kick. As I believe it was Nia Rose getting the last header there for NDC Ontario. And now NDC Ontario bring 3 reserves up to the half line to get set to check in at the next opportunity. Michaela Cour-Pascal, one of the 3 substitutes getting set to come in. You may remember her from the Gatorade Provincial Excel Ontario vs. Quebec series. She had a strong showing at that competition. Here goes Hanish, playing it in for Briggs, touching it over to Watson. Watson stepping around the defender, right-footed. Oh, she steps around the second challenge, thought she was going to tee it up. There's a cross tight to the near post. Watson coming up with it. Can't get a clean shot away. Briggs trying to get it back after putting that first cross in. And now Unionville Milliken get it out to half and have earned themselves a free kick. Nice job there by Olivia Allen. Into the middle. Good slide tackle there by Murray Powell to get possession back. And now Kyla Briggs trying to work up the left flank here. Briggs taking on the defender into the penalty area, but lost possession of it, and it's, well, actually she quickly gets it back from Suresh Kumar. Top of the 18 for number 18, Greco, as she tees it up, and that one saved by the steady hands of Segredo Barbieri. So 65th minute of action, and NDC Ontario continued to dominate this match, leading 4-0. Hanish got a header to the drop kick. Now it's picked up by Watson. She plays it ahead. Briggs, she gets clipped. That's an easy call. And a free kick now for NDC Ontario and a chance to make the 3 substitutions. So is Stocky coming in, along with Sokos, and of course the aforementioned Cour-Pascal.
Entering the match, number 3, Michaela Cour-Pascal. Exiting the match, number 7, Amanda Allen.
Briggs coming out.
Entering the match,
Amanda Allen coming out with a brace today. Great job by Amanda Allen. As the free kick taken and then blocked away.
number 9, Patricia Sokos. Exiting the match, number 17.
Didn't quite catch the third player subbed out. But NDC with a strong showing today, partially led by that brace performance from Amanda Allen, who opened the scoring in the 7th minute and then tallied again in the second half. And with her 2 goals, NDC Ontario have built themselves a solid 4-0 lead. Carabin over to Hanish. Hanish taking the space in front of her, looking for an option. Maybe thought about a shot, opts to play it out wide to Watson. Watson tracking to the far near corner. She's defended closely by Gordon, and that's knocked out for a throw-in. So Renee Watson getting set to take the throw. Picks out Hanish, a scramble for possession, and it'll be another NDC Ontario throw-in. Watson picking out Murray Powell this time, but the ball tracks away from her. And now Olivia Allen running onto it for Unionville Milliken. 1 defender to beat in Carabin. Olivia Allen taking it into the penalty area. Tight to the goal line. Excellent defending there by Allison Carabin as she shields it out, and it's a goal kick. As Olivia Allen nearly coming up with a counterattack opportunity, but just unable to find the angle to actually generate a shot on target. Good speed, however, shown by Allen, and Unionville are hoping that she'll have a little more of that at some point in this match. Carabin getting the worst of that exchange as they kind of tumbled at the end of the sequence, and Carabin just trying to shake off whatever stinger she may have picked up in that sequence. Marcassini, Carabin, Watson. Closed down by Gordon, played in for Cour Pascal off of Watson, and out for a Unionville throw. So Gabrielle Kundol gets set to take the throw in. Good long toss. Squeezed away. Allen got clipped there by Watson. Nothing doing. It tracks across the goal line, and it'll go out for a goal kick. Referee wants to have a quick word with AR1, but nothing coming from it other than a thumbs up, and good communication there shown by the match officials. As NDC Ontario work the ball up across the half with speed. There's a ball played through. Running onto it was Istocki, but she could never get control, and now it's controlled by Christie. Unionville moving it to their back line as Haley Nurse plays that ball forward, only to be picked off by Tanya. She couldn't hold possession, and Grant will pick it up for the throw-in. Grant, her throw up to the half where Allen tries to flick it on, and she plays it off the NDC Ontario player, and actually the referee went against the AR2 call there, and possession to NDC Ontario. I was looking at the flag, not the referee, my apologies, as there's Olivia Allen back on the ball, but unable to hold possession. And now it's controlled by Hanish for NDC Ontario. Bianca Hanish makes the pass over to Watson. Watson touching ahead. Cour Pascal running onto it. She's got time and space here. One defender to beat in Suresh Kumar. Cour Pascal with some fancy footwork taking her down to the goal line. Crosses in, and that one cleared away by Dev. Danger still present as now Unionville Milliken see it out through the half, where a big aerial challenge into the back of Olivia Allen, and she takes a hard knock there for her effort to try win it against Carabin. 71st minute of action. As NDC Ontario continue to lead 4-0. Well, remember to check out League1Ontario.com for all the latest information, news, scores, standings, and all sorts of fresh content. Of course, you can also find League One Ontario on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Give a follow, like, subscribe today. As you're tuned into the League One Ontario Game of the Week broadcast in the Women's Premier Division, Unionville Milliken playing a ball into the penalty area. Olivia Allen tries the back heel flick forward and couldn't quite get it to herself as it was closed down, and now here go NDC Ontario on the counterattack. Greco running on, but she's well offside, and that puts an end to the chance there for the home team in red as they'll get set to make another substitution here. And they may actually wait for the next break, but it'll be Amelia Campanella getting set to come into this match in a few moments. Prentice White, she tries to flick on, nothing doing that time, as it's controlled now on a throw-in for Unionville. Well, it would have taken a bit of a miracle for Unionville to sneak into the playoff picture, but a loss tonight will basically all but do it with just 3 matches remaining on the schedule. As that ball played ahead, Gordon running onto it, but coming out of her penalty area to deal with it was the keeper, Cortez Brown, and that'll go out for a Unionville throw-in. Kundo tosses in. Dev trying to hold it. Cour Pascal checks her back. Nice work there by Michaela Cour Pascal, but she gets a little too aggressive with the hands, and that'll be a free kick now for Unionville Milliken. As the match official enforcing the distance, and now we'll get the substitution with Campanella coming into the match. And actually, they're going to wait till after the free kick here, which will be taken by Jaspreet Dev. Dev on top of the ball, one defender in the wall. Dev crosses in, headed away by Carabin, and now controlled by Greco. Greco turns, looks for an option up the pitch. Hanish, the lone player up. Now there's lots of support marching forward. Watson tries to take on the defender. Watson drops it back for Hanish. They're looking to move the ball out wide here as Hanish provides the service, but her pass picked off as Prentice White got there but couldn't hold possession, and now we'll get the substitution. So Amelia Campanella comes into the match, and Allison Carabin will come out. She had herself a phenomenal game on the back line for NDC Ontario.
Entering the match, number 19, Amelia Campanella. Exiting the match, number 23, Allison Carabin.
And Carabin, a big reason why they are sporting this clean sheet tonight. She was a lockdown defender on that back line. Ball played forward. Watson controlling it here. Watson trying to take on the defender tight to the goal line. Brings it into the penalty area. There's a cross right on and easily secured by the safe hands of Isabella Segreto Barbieri. Kundo trying to turn and burn here. She brings the ball up the line. Her pass picked off by Marcassini. Closed down by Allen. She makes the pass ahead for Cour Pascal. Cour Pascal splits the D. She's got room to carry this forward. Bit of a heavy touch, but there she plays it ahead. Istocki can't quite run onto it, and it's out for a goal kick. So 75th minute of action turning into 76, and not much time remaining here for Unionville Milliken as NDC Ontario continue to dominate in this match, and they put themselves in a position to jump to the top of the Women's Premier Division table with a victory here tonight, as they would leapfrog over FC London for the time being. Greco plays it forward. Istocki loses possession that time to Nurse. Olivia Allen coming up with it now for Unionville Milliken. Allen tracking to the near touchline. Murray Powell on her defensively. They strip the ball away. Cour Pascal trying to sell the foul, nothing doing, and now Kundal takes it forward. Picked up that time by Hanish. Bianca Hanish stepping over the ball, trying to reverse the momentum here, switching it to the near side. Cour Pascal receiving the pass from Watson. Cour Pascal laying it for Watson. She takes it tight to the goal line, but can't quite control it there, and it's out for a goal kick. Head coach for NDC Ontario, Joey Lombardi, leading his team tonight. Had a chance to chat with him a little bit pregame. He said the girls were feeling good, and while they're playing with a ton of confidence here tonight. Up 4-0 and with an opportunity to leapfrog into first. As that ball out for a Unionville throw-in. So we'll retake the throw-in here for Unionville. As it'll be Noella Grant to toss it in. Grant. Ball takes a couple of bounces before it's picked up by NDC Ontario, and here goes Marcassini. She plays it over to Watson. Watson squaring up against the defender, tries to take her straight on. Makes the pass to Cour Pascal. Watson got clipped and on a bit of a delay is able to get the free kick. And it'll be a set piece opportunity for NDC Ontario. A chance here to potentially cross something in. Although Greco wants it short. A two-player wall setting up defensively right now for Unionville Milliken. Watson plays it short to Greco. Greco tight to the goal line, crosses to the near post, headed by Suresh Kumar. Cour Pascal crashing. There's a volley attempt. Ball bouncing around and cleared at least to the top of the 18 for the time being. And there's Olivia Allen to ensure it gets further out of danger zone. And, well, for all that effort, NDC Ontario coming up a little bit empty. Marcassini, she plays it back over to Watson. Once again, working her way in from the corner. Watson taking on Gordon. Tight to the goal line. Nice job by Gordon defensively. Watson able to get the ball back, though. Closed down by two Unionville defenders, and Watson earns a corner kick for NDC Ontario. So a little more than 10 minutes of match time remaining here in this contest, as Tanya sets up for the in-swinger from the outside of the corner flag. Crosses. Cour Pascal gets the head to it. Second opportunity cleared defensively to the top of the 18. Hanish battling for possession. Kicked away that time by Christie, and now it'll be tracked back by Tanya as she takes possession and opts to go back to the keeper, Cortez Brown. Hanish into the middle for Marcassini. Touch forward. Greco laying that one off. Istaki trying to pick out Cour Pascal. She's running onto it, tracks it down to the goal line, banks it off the defender Kunla, and out for a corner kick. Setting up for the in-swinger, delivers the cross, and that one off the meshing, out for a goal kick. Tatiana Tanya maybe trying to curl that one in from the corner, just lacking the accuracy. Goal kick played short. Grant had it bounce away from her, but she did well to get it back. Christie now running after it. Check that. That was actually Prentice White for Unionville Milliken as she battles there against Watson, who comes away with possession for NDC Ontario as they work that far flank. Greco trying to check that. That's actually Campanella. Sokos trying to work her way in. Now it's played back for Hanish. Hanish taking the space in front of her. Lays that one off to Murray Powell. Murray Powell tees up the right-footed strike. Diving down to make the save is Segreto Barbieri. The rebound bantied about and eventually knocked out for a corner as tracking it was Istaki, and her pseudo cross shot never could find its way to target. Another corner kick here for NDC Ontario. They've had a bunch of them here in this match. That one appeals for a handball, nothing doing. It's knocked out, and another corner kick to come. NDC Ontario will look to make another substitution here. Well, not quite in this very moment, but it'll be Hillary Washington getting set to make her debut in this match. Corner kick attempt. Cour Pascal got a foot to it. They work it back to Tanya from the corner. Plays it over to Watson. Tries to step around the defender. Tanya gets the pass. Back to Watson. Looking to open something up. Crosses intended on the switch to the far side of the 18. Initially intercepted, but NDC Ontario get possession back. Marcassini laying it off. Zistocki tries to cross it, nothing doing. It makes its way back to Marcassini, back to Istaki. As she looks for a crossing option, delivers the ball in, volleyed away by Suresh Kumar, and that's out for a corner kick. And now NDC Ontario will make the substitution, as Washington comes into the match, and Tanya will come out. She had a solid game for NDC Ontario.
Entering the match, number 41, Hillary Washington. Exiting the match, number 47, Tatiana Tanya.
As Tanya supplying a number of quality crosses from corners and also providing an attacking presence from the back flanks. A very solid performance for her tonight. Corner, right on target. That one cleared off the line by the header, and then volleyed home. What a beautiful goal! 5-0 for NDC Ontario, but stomping it home with the volley there. After a good first save by Segreto Barbieri. And I believe it's Istocki who gets the goal. Nicolina Istocki puts it in the 84th minute. And it's 5-0 for NDC Ontario. So give them 53 goals for on the campaign this season. The top scoring team in the League One Ontario Women's Premier Division. And they are set to take over the top of the table as well. As there's no doubt about it now with this 5-0 scoreline, NDC will leapfrog over FC London and take over the top spot in the Women's Premier Division. Oh, it was a well-executed volley by Istocki on the goal. As the ball ricocheted around. And she did well to pounce on it from just inside the top of the 18. No chance for the diving Segreto Barbieri, who's actually had a very solid game in goal for Unionville Milliken despite 5 goals conceded. She's made a number of solid saves, and if not for her efforts between the sticks, this easily could have been a much greater scoreline, as I can think of at least 4 or 5 opportunities, 3 in particular, that probably would have been goals if not for the heroic efforts of Isabella Segreto Barbieri. Here goes Murray Powell. She tries to play that ball in for Coeur Pascal. It's broken up, and now Christie takes it. Christie servicing it over to Olivia Allen. Tries to get around the defender, nothing doing. And now Unionville Milliken hammered it out across half. Campanella, she goes back to the keeper as Cortez Brown takes possession. Marcassini touching it short for Coeur Pascal. Good ball ahead, and running on to this one is Sokos, but the flag goes up and it'll be called back on the offside here in the 86th minute. So Surish Kumar gets set to take the kick for Unionville Milliken. She plays it short for Dev, who in turn goes back to the center back. She's being closed down there as she has to go to the keeper, Segreto Barbieri, who in turn playing it out wide, and it's controlled now by Grant. Grant under pressure, does well to work off the challenge, and then a hard clattering tackle, which you could hear from our broadcast location here pitch side. And the yellow card comes out, and Greco will receive the caution in the 87th minute. So a good job there by Prentice White to draw that foul, and Greco goes into the book in the 87th. Free kick here for Unionville Milliken. From the free kick, Olivia Allen tried to dig it out, ricocheting around. Christie was in there as well, along with Prentice White, but here goes NDC Ontario, is tracking up to the loose ball and playing a good ball forward for Sokos to run onto, but coming off her line to collect was the keeper, Segreto Barbieri. And Sokos never really could get clean possession as Istocki tried to feed it for her. Hanish challenging on the back of Gordon. Dev touching over to Gordon, tries to work her way across the half. Christie flicking on, Olivia Allen running onto it, closed down by Marcassini. Those two go shoulder to shoulder, and then a shove provided by Marcassini, and then a hard slide tackle by Watson, and that draws the ire of a couple of coaches from Unionville Milliken, and the one coach gets a caution. So lots of passion and anger right now on the bench for Unionville Milliken, taking exception there to the sequence where Olivia Allen got hammered twice in short succession. And Allen's been targeted a few times throughout this match as the lone attacking presence up front for Unionville Milliken. So you can certainly understand the frustration from the bench. The yellow card coming to one of the coaches on the bench. And we'll restart the play with, I believe, a free kick for Unionville Milliken. Good to see Olivia Allen back up on her feet under her own power after taking a couple of hard knocks there. And it will be a free kick for Unionville Milliken with Jazz Dev standing over top the ball. Fourth official trying to calm down the protests from the Unionville bench. As Dev gets set to play the free kick into the penalty area. 4 white jerseys to the near side post. Dev crosses in with a right foot. Headed away by Marcassini. Volley attempt from Grant. She never quite got it in, and then the subsequent ball easily secured by the keeper, Cortez Brown. And that'll pretty much put an end to that sequence for Unionville. Marcassini playing it short for Watson. Closed down. 2 players on her as Watson into the middle for Hanish. Into the 90th minute as Marie Powell feeds it ahead. Cour Pascal trying to spin off the defender. Kundo there, and she'll knock that out for a throw-in. So it'll be a throw-in here for NDC Ontario as Watson tosses in. Hanish into the middle for Murray Powell. Returns it to Hanish. The 2 exchange possession, and they'll just keep it between themselves. Hanish now touches over to Watson. Ahead for Cour Pascal. Taking it down towards the goal line. Starts to cut her way into the penalty area. Bit of a heavy touch, and that's out for a goal kick. And that'll do it. The final whistle sounds, and NDC Ontario score a big 5-0 win. And more importantly, they move atop the table in the League One Ontario Women's Premier Division. Folks, thanks for tuning in to tonight's League One Ontario broadcast, which was made possible by the support of our partners Gatorade, Derby Star, Macron, Vibrant Performance, Sports Engine, the Canadian Premier League, Ontario Soccer, and Canada Soccer. Folks, we'll see you next time. Have yourselves a good night.
Thank you for your support, and good night.
Andre, it was great meeting you. Thank you for your work tonight.
I need to learn from you, man.
You know what?
Hey, you've got a good setup. You're better than where I started, so
Well, we'll see.
believe me, I
Thank you
didn't
very
have
much.
half of what you have when I started, so you're in a good spot.
Anyway, sorry, I was
No. It's listen. I know what it's like right before the show. It's all good. You don't have to worry. I apologize if I got, but no. I know we were trying to work to a solution. It's all good. We'll see you for sure, buddy. You too.